meaning this. I was telling Ross, obviously, and I've been a part of a few of them, but there hasn't been as many as we would all like, but there's been some good moments in the history of this program. We've had a team that go to the Sweet 16. Winning NCAA tournament games is not an easy thing to do. Winning an SEC championship when the commissioner hands you a trophy and they pull out a ladder, that's a special moment. But I'm not sure really what you can do to top these last 72 hours. It's really been an incredible voyage. We come in here for the game, the soft opening. That's what Thursday was, a soft opening. They were soft for everybody but me. We had the soft opening on Thursday, and what a game, win, magical moment, never be forgotten as it relates to the opening of a gorgeous facility. And then you come right back. The bad, and I think I reflected upon this after Alabama, the bad thing about trying to buy a day on the front end is you have zero prep time. I thought we were really, really fatigued. I mean, obviously, Sebastian Saiz, even though he goes for 14 and 10, that's all of guts. I see Dabo Swinney on one of the 97 TVs in this room, and BYOG, bring your own guts. I love it, man, and that's what Sebas did. I thought we were a step slow based off not only the toughness of the game Thursday, but the emotion that was spent and the fact that my bench is very, very thin for obvious reasons. I think you guys are seeing those reasons now. And when you're not making shots, it is so demoralizing. And when you're not making free throws, it is demoralizing. And for us to continue to stay the course, get stop after stop after stop after stop, under 90 seconds to play, made a play, you win in that dramatic a fashion. I'm not sure there's ever been a 72-hour period, from the ribbon cutting earlier and the emotion that was displayed during that because of all the people and in disbelief at this is now our new home and all of the people that made that happen, to winning a game in that magnitude. Oh, what a 72 hours for Ole Miss basketball.
And what kind of shot did you have for Moody at the end, or did you tell him just not to pass it?
You know what? If he would do everything I said, boy, we'd all live happier lives. I'm going to admit something to you that I just admitted to television. I was calling timeout. Coaches can't get timeouts. So, and I was calling it initially. When Moody was coming down, I saw we had no spacing. Did you see, from my vantage point, they had a guy on Moody, and he just really had nowhere to go. So I was going to call timeout, and it was about 9 seconds or so to play, maybe 10, and then try to draw something up where obviously we were going to try to get him a shot. Duh. But I'm yelling, and I forget the official, and he says, Coach, one of your players, you can't call timeout. You can't call timeout. So by then, after we had that lengthy conversation, Moody had gotten to the right side of the floor, he had an angle. So I said, hey, there's nothing more we can ask for. Downhill to his right hand. He's so much more effective, and that's why everybody plays him that way. Because when he goes left, he can get the same separation, but guess what? He has to shoot it with his right hand. So all of that separation that he has created now is negated when he brings the ball back. That's why we try to get him right. He got right. He's strong as an ox. He'd been battered and bruised. He's like our Derrick Henry, man. We're just riding him. He turns that corner, boom. Players make plays.
We're all going to write about that shot, obviously. Brooks's three after they made a
Huge.
Do you have to have shots like that?
You got to make plays, man. You look at our stat line. We were down 7 on the glass at the half, and I said, hey, if we win the battle of the boards, we're going to win this game. I said, we have to keep it. We had, I think, 8 turnovers with about 12 to go in the game. And I said, hey, we need to keep that to 11 when we got it to 14. And I certainly, the script did not involve Anthony Perez going 1 for 6 from the free throw line. That was just a little added bonus he gave you as a parting gift. But it was difficult. Then we went to that 1-3-1, and just like we did against Alabama. And it's kind of a game changer. With Maton out of the game, no one can drive those gaps. So we went 1-3-1. The one guy you don't want to shoot it is the guy that shot it, and he made it. And that's what led to the Rasheed shot. And it was not by any means as clean as many he's missed throughout the year where he was stepping in. He tried to dribble it. He's got to pull it back. Balls everywhere, made a play.
Maybe this is going to sound crazy, but what about defensively? You held them to
29% in the second half.
Yeah, they were like they
That was the difference in the game, obviously, because when you shoot 36% in your own building, when you shoot 68% from the free throw line, you're not supposed to win SEC games against a very good Georgia team, a Georgia team that most everyone coming into the season thought was an NCAA tournament team, and I think they still will be. So you're not supposed to win those games unless you make spectacular plays down the stretch, and that's what we did. And then at the end, you 3.8, boy, I've got visions of South Carolina in the SEC tournament, and let's don't let them get it to their strong hand. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we went 1-3-1 again, where we knew one pass, maybe two. Now, Gaines got a shot, but it was a very, very difficult catch, release. You'll live with that one.
Rasheed kind of tipped that pass before the three-point shot.
Yep.
Looks like if he doesn't tip that, it's wide open.
Yeah, at least he gets a look, exactly, because they got behind us. The whole point of the 1-3-1 is you're setting up a perimeter. And if they penetrate the perimeter, you got problems behind it. And that was a huge play. He made big plays. He's growing up, 14 and 10. He got 10 rebounds. Incredible.
How much different has these two games in totality been this spring? How much different is Ole Miss basketball as it feels to you?
It feels different to me, man. And you're talking to a guy that's seen the good, and bad, and the ugly. It feels different to me in here. I think our players sense that. I know our crowd senses it. We've become a basketball school overnight. It's amazing. You spend $96 million, see what you get? What a bargain.
Along those lines, I know you can't talk about specific recruits at all, but you've obviously interacted with some of the kids who've been here the last couple of nights. What are they saying?
Wow. Everybody, Mark Fox, wow. Everybody that sees it has the same reaction that we have. Wow. And then I think it's one thing to look at the building and say, man, this is beautiful, boy. We should be very, very proud of this, and we are. But it's another thing then to play inside of it. You've covered a lot of games, and trust me, I've been in many in Tad Smith where it gets loud there too, man. At concrete, and it gets loud, but it's just a different feel here to me. The students being around the court is huge because of the energy, and there's no question. Again, this has been a draining 72 hours for everybody, myself included, and your emotions are such a big part of this game, and without that energy so close to the court where it's almost tangible, I'm not sure we're sitting here, 2-0 in the building.
48 fouls in the game, does that hurt the rhythm at all?
Yeah, I definitely think so. You're trying to get me in trouble. I work hard for my money. I don't want to give it to the SEC. They got enough.
You mentioned you guys were a little fatigued, a step slow. What allowed y'all to come back and have that furious?
Guts. Shout out to Dabo. Bring your own guts. And we brought it. We said, listen, toughest team's going to win. Honestly, that was a scouting report. Georgia, Mark Fox does a tremendous job, and they do what they do. Senior guards, Mayton, wow, what a good player he is. Made shot after shot. I thought we were about to bust this thing, where we could put a little game pressure on them. We never really put much game pressure on them because after the initial blow, and then Moody tries to split a double, ball gets tipped. I got a player who shall remain nameless, who's from Poland, who did not jump on the ball, and they pick it up and they shoot a layup, and it changed the whole flow of the game, I thought. And then all of a sudden now they relax, and then boom, boom, boom. It's almost like the Alabama game. Ben, you weren't here, thanks. But it was almost like the Alabama game, and then we have to battle back. But we're up 2-4, then Mayton, big three, big face-ups. When he fouled out, then it's completely dependent upon those guards, and we were able to get enough stops.
Are you just kind of what you are at this point, is a 7-point-something man team?
Yeah, I think from a rotation standpoint, I tried tonight, and it's hard to throw those guys in there, and then we make scouting report errors. That's why I can't play them, honestly. I think it's been proven. Pull up our season stats. It's not about, if you miss shots, you're not going to play. Everybody's missing them. It's about, guys, you can't make scouting report errors. If you're looking for opportunity and I give you one and you leave a shooter or you foul a driver or you're not disciplined enough to be where you're supposed to be, then you can't play. Now, what we've got to do is our guys, with the exception of Moody and Sebas, everybody else on this team has room for improvement, and that's where we're going to focus. Thank you.